Hey, what's up, guys? So today, actually didn't do too well today. Um, I started out with deck, so I thought it's opening range break down. Um, as you see, this is an engulfing pattern. It's very uh, negative in terms of there's a lot of strength on the short selling side. And I also saw that it popped up. Um, and it was quickly pushed back down. So I thought this was going to be a short. I looked at here, it cleared this. Typically, you want to see one of these candlesticks falling below the SMA before you go in, but I preempted it a bit. This stock was kind of volatile, so I took a small size, I think 200 shares, held it through this. In retrospect, after a few minutes here, I should have left, exited, because this shows that it was holding this level actually fairly well. I did not, so I got stopped out here. Now, I think that maybe it would go in reverse. That this will, and the reason why I thought it was short too is on the daily level, um, this popped up, and then it was trading at the very low end of the range. So I thought it was going to move back up towards somewhere in the middle, in the medium, but it did not. So I thought I was going to do a reversal here, so I went long. It did not. I think at this point I took 500 shares. It dropped, so I sustained a loss here. So now that it's dropping right back to the level that it was holding, 139, I thought, okay, now since you made it to VWAP, you couldn't do it. Maybe you drop. I went short again. I think same 500 shares. And then it tried to move up again. I should have exited somewhere here. Once the move doesn't materialize within the first couple minutes, 2 minutes is a good one. Probably exited here. But instead, I held it, and then I finally exited because once it starts holding this level, which is a higher high than this level, I knew it was going to go up. So actually, at this moment, I made the decision to actually go pretty big on this. I want 1,000 shares. So then when it popped up, I started to scale out, especially here. I think I took most of my position out here, so I only had 300 shares left at this point. Holding it to see what happens because it looks like it was showing some strength, getting pushed down. In retrospect, I should have exited here, but instead I started to trade another stock because I was thinking, okay, maybe it'll drop a bit and then, with a pullback and then go back up like this. Instead, it just dropped all the way down to here. A good thing is I only have 300 shares, so this is like minus two or 300 bucks. And the good thing was this was the same level that I was holding throughout the day pretty much. So when I saw it here, I was down 200, 300 bucks. I want to see what it was going to do. It did drop a bit below that. That could have stopped me out, but it was, I think, fairly quickly because all of a sudden it went back to that level, and then it took off. So I started to scale out all the way up to here, and now it's made its way back to, wow, all the way up to 145. So this is kind of what I anticipated on the long range type of situation where I anticipated to go back up near the middle of the range for the daily chart, because here's how the daily looks like. You see the range is pretty wide. It was, when I first took the position, it was down here. So it was at the bottom of the range. Sooner or later it was going to make it back up. I don't know if it will hit all the way back to the top, but I anticipate it to be somewhere around here, which is where I exited. So overall, I kind of lost money on it because I got chopped up a bit initially on deck. But it is what it is. AMD went long, and then I got stopped out. I don't know if I added to my position. This looks kind of weird. I might have added to my position, got stopped out, or could have got stopped out and then tried to do a reversal and then got stopped out again. But either way, I did, I managed my risk pretty well there. Only minus 40 bucks. And then JD. So for JD, it's a very quick scalp on JD actually. So what happened here was I saw that it was breaking down. This is sort of the open of the range, the opening range, 25.17 to 24.74. This was the level. Once it broke that level, I anticipated to fall. I didn't know it was going to drop to this level, although that was a target. 500 shares. As it fell, I started to take profit, and then I took out most of my profit at this level when it was holding this level pretty well. I didn't want to, because sometimes the levels are just a range, right? It doesn't necessarily hit 24.50. So once it held this level, I basically exited my entire position there. So it did drop a bit, and then it went back up. So you can see this is sort of, it's holding this range, not necessarily the level itself. So that was JD, and then BAH. So I was pretty proud of myself on this trade too, BAH. So I think I also took 500 shares. So basically what happened was it was holding this level in the 5 minute here. And then I saw that it started to break that level. So I went short. So went short, and then it kind of still fluctuated around there a bit. But then it slowly started to creep down, and so that's when I started to exit, when it was starting to hold this level. And as you can see, once the stock doesn't make a move, so 1, 2, 3, it's a good time to start to exit, because what happened was this start to then just popped, it ran up. BH is similar to DEC from the position that they were holding. They popped up, and then they were trading at the bottom of the range of where they were. So that's my trade on BAH. So this was pretty good as well. And then finally MU I took really big sizes on here because it was actually not chopping too much. So, and a few of the moves I was pretty okay with, and then some of them in retrospect I don't like. So initially I took 500 shares here, because on the 5 minute you see it sort of topped out here and then engulfing very short bias here. Should have went in here, but I did not. Didn't start trading it until 10:50. But I saw that it was below this. It closed below this SMA. The EMA was coming down. Anticipated to cross, which it did later on. So I went short. I covered some here. It popped up. Did not go past my break even, so I held it through that. Drop, and then I basically covered. And then when it popped up, creeping close to my break even, I closed out my position. That was a good trade, clean. Then it dropped, had a pullback, and then I was kind of waiting for it to fall again, which it did here. And this time I decided to go heavy, so I think it's 1,000 or 2,000 shares. It fell, and it kind of had a pullback or something like that because it fluctuated around this level. Again, what I should have done was exit it at this level, or even at here, the slight loss. Instead, I waited up until here to exit. So I kind of didn't like that because level 2 was telling me some things too. So I should have exited, took the loss. But instead, I held it, and I had to take this loss here. So I thought I was going to do a reversal, so I went long, similar to DEC. Actually, this time I took a pretty big size, 3,000 shares. Popped up, and I started to scale out because I saw it was struggling at this level. It's like the 39.44, 43. So basically, I scaled out a ton here, and then I exited. I think the rest around here. Then I went short bias because I thought, okay, now it couldn't get past this level. Maybe it would fall. So I went short, and it popped up. I think I exited, and then I went short again. So basically, I got chopped at around this level. But because I was taking pretty big shares, like 2,000, 3,000 shares, that hurt. And then finally, when I saw that it made sort of this double top, it never went past 39.50 at all. So when it dropped, and this is an engulfing pattern, I went short 3,000 shares. Popped up a bit. I held through that, and basically it was making a new low, a lower high, right? So as you can see here, it never passed this level. So it gave me confidence that this is the level it was going to hold. And then it basically then dropped, and I started to cover down here. When I saw that at this level, it was holding this level, I basically exited my entire position when it popped back up to here. Now it's doing a run up again. So overall, $203.50. Commissions $151.15. 72 tickets. Overall, I don't know. I think I had some good trades. Like, I should not have messed around here. This was clean. This should have stopped out earlier. The reversal was good, but the sizes were too big. I felt a little too overconfident because of what happened to deck. Thought it was gonna run up. It didn't. I like my strategy exiting here. Here is just pure stupidity. I like this move. Holding to see what goes on, what's happening here is okay. So that was okay. Deck short stop out. Short stop out. Yeah, this is not good. This is okay. I should have stopped out way earlier than this, though. Way earlier. That's the problem with a lot of this volatile stock is you don't know if this is part of the volatility. Or if it's actually doing something. So I think at some point it was like 20-30 cent volatility, so I need to do better on these. I'm proud of this move here, but this is also madness, going short and then basically holding it through such a long time frame. Should have exit at the bottom. It bottomed out a few times here. Maybe over here. Either way, yeah, I think overall I did okay, but it's not good trading.